Make sure that's recording on too. You can see it, everyone? All right, welcome. My name is Garrett, and today I would like to tell you about my experiences during the winter and participating in winter sports. One of the things I love the most is being able to go down a mountain, feeling the cold breeze through my face, adrenaline pumping through my body, and I get that from the winter sport of skiing. And the alternative sport, called snowboarding, is what I'll be talking about today in comparison with skiing. And one of the reasons you may be interested in hearing about this is for enjoying the winter sport itself, or getting into a career possibly, you never know, sportscasting or anything, or just going out with your family and enjoying some time in the winter. Professional skier Martin Bell once said that snowboarding, even after 3 days, it took him a half an hour to ride down a run that he could ski down in around 2 minutes. Just to give you an idea of the comparison between the two sports. It takes him a while to go down on a snowboard, and he goes right down the mountain on skis. And I'd like to share with you the problems with learning to snowboard compared to learning to ski, the problems with balancing and falling on skis compared to snowboarding, and the solutions to falling in and everything like that. And some of the concerns with snowboarding are presented with safety. You do wear a helmet, as always, but when you're strapped into a single piece of board, as I'll show you right here, that is a snowboard. When you're strapped into a one-piece board with bindings right there and you fall, your legs are going to be attached to that board no matter what, how long you go down the mountain. So your legs can get twisted up, your ankles get twisted up or break or twist, and excuse me, and that's one of the problems with snowboarding. Another thing is the equipment itself. That's just a very basic shape. They don't come in different shapes for different users. They don't come in different styles. They come in different themes and colors. But it's pretty much stayed that way since the beginning. And balancing on a snowboard, your stance is supposed to be wide. Right here, it's got to be wide. You got to be all weird and unnatural looking, and it's very difficult to find your balance on a snowboard, especially while moving. And although you know some of these problems might not interest you to choose skiing or snowboarding themselves, but knowing why these things occur, why you're having problems with your balance, and why these snowboards have stayed this way, might just make you decide to choose skiing instead. The causes for falling more often on a snowboard have to do with your stance. Your stance is wider. Your stance is very unnatural because your feet are usually pointed outwards. And the board itself is, being that's a straight line, your point of balance is forward and backwards. So if you fall forward, you're going to fall forward and get off your balance. If you fall backwards, you're going to fall right in your butt and you're going to lose your balance. And front and back, you do have a little bit more stability, but not enough. Not as much as on skis. And then, professional skier Miller also said that, I felt very constricted having both feet clamped together, but I imagine that feels unnatural for most people, which he was correct. It does. For anyone who steps on a snowboard, you're going to feel very unnatural the first time you get on. The leg injuries, they're of course caused by the types of bindings that you put into the put on the snowboard. Those are what hold your feet in, and because they don't come off the board if you fall, you're staying with that board the whole time you're falling down. And that's an example of the stance. You're very wide, you're very squatting-like, and it's going to be very painful for a long amount of time. And as I continue to talk about the imperfections of snowboarding, I think it's more realistic to talk about why skiing would be better to learn, easier to learn, and safer and more fun for the family. The technology for skis has improved greatly because there's all various types, various shapes, various sizes for each type of ski there is. There's kids skis, adult skis, professional skis. Just the 4 examples right here will show you that they're just, that's like a more beginner type, that's more advanced type, everything. They've done all kinds of things with skis and their technology. The bindings on skis are made to remove your boot if you fall. So you're adjusted to the weight of the body of the person skiing. So a certain amount of weight falls off that binding, skis detach from your body, and only your legs and your body are rolling down the mountain instead of the skis and everything attached. When you're standing on skis, the feeling is very natural. You're still in a walking position. Both legs are still spread apart and free, and you can easily adjust how much you want to bend down or want to stand up while you're on skis and still be comfortable the whole way down. Once you've got the hang of a snowplow turn, which is the basic maneuver taught by most instructors, usually on the first or second day, you're capable of skiing the whole entire mountain, which is another professional skier who has been studying snowboarding and skiing his whole life, and that is what he just decided and concluded based on his experiences. Now, some people might come up to you, especially people my age, they'll be like, my friends all go snowboarding. My friends, they all tell me it's better to go snowboarding. You don't have to listen to them. If you're safer and more comfortable on skis, then you're going to want to stay on skis and learn the whole thing. And then people talk about tricks in the Olympic sports. You can do both of them. There's events for skiing, there's events for snowboarding. They're all spread apart between both the sports. And then the skill levels. You're not any better because you can snowboard. You're not any better because you can ski. It's user preference. It's whether you feel safe on skis, whether you feel safe on snowboard. But skis have been proven to be the safer and more effective route. They've been around since AC and DC ages, BC ages, because that was a method of transportation. Even back with the military in the Civil War, they developed skis to transport between the snowy battlegrounds, or whatever you'd like to call them. But as I discussed, those are problems that I found with snowboarding based on expert advice and research. And I've showed you why those happen, and I hopefully have made you decide that skiing is the safer alternative and the more fun alternative for a whole family. Enjoyable winter sport. Thank you.
Very good.
Wow.
I learned a lot.
Yeah. Check this out. 6 minutes too.
I learned